A jury selection today in the hush money trial of former President Donald Trump. Selections have been made. According to CNN, or the cable news network, Trump's lawyers dug through prospective jurors' social media posts to try to root out those with an anti Trump bias from getting on the jury, even questioning several of them about their posts, as the defense team asked to remove them from the jury for cause. That process prompted Judge Juan Merchan to sternly admonish Trump for his conduct toward the first juror, questioned about her social media. It was a swift warning that he would not tolerate any attempts to intimidate jurors, an issue that did not come up the rest of the day, but will surely linger over the criminal trial, the first of a former U.S. president. The courtroom is dark on Wednesday, as expected, for the duration of the expected 6-week trial. But jury selection will resume on Thursday with a new panel of 96 prospective jurors who could end up on the panel. Here are the takeaways from day 2 of the Trump hush money trial. So far, 4 men and 3 women have been selected to serve on the jury that will ultimately consider 34 counts of falsifying business records against Trump. A man originally from Ireland who works in sales in New York City was appointed as the jury foreperson who essentially serves as the panel spokesman or the spokesperson. 5 of the 7 have a college degree or higher education. 2 men of the panel are lawyers. All but 1 juror in panel Tuesday indicated that they're aware Trump is facing charges in other criminal cases. The woman was the only one of the 18 jurors questioned who said she wasn't aware of the other charges. None of them shared particularly strong views about Trump or politics. When the authorities finished questioning the first 18 jurors in a process known as voir dire, both sides were given the chance to ask the judge to dismiss jurors for the case. Having jurors removed for cause is an important part of the process because each side is allowed to strike 10 jurors in total for any reason, in what are known as preemptory challenges. Jurors struck for causes by the judge do not count against those 10. Trump's side asked the judge to remove 5 jurors for cause, pointing to alleged anti-Trump social media posts and trying to argue that the jurors were unfairly biased against the former president. Well, I can tell you who won't be serving on the jury. You can believe there'll be no black people serving on this jury. Take that to the bank. While the jurors in the case are anonymous to the public, the lawyers are given the identities of the first panel of 96 prospective jurors on Monday. That gave Trump's team the chance to mine their public social media postings to be ready for their challenges to the judge, while the former president's attorney, Todd Blanche, was questioning the jurors. He asked them one by one what they thought of Trump outside of the case. He then tried to argue before the judge that many of the jurors' answers that they didn't have an opinion of Trump did not align with their social media. Merchan was generally skeptical, but he did agree on 2 counts that the jurors should be struck. One man had posted, quote, "lock him up close," quote, on Facebook while Trump was president. As for the 3 jurors Merchan did not strike, Trump's side used its preemptory challenges to remove all of them anyway. After Tuesday, both Trump's team and the district attorney's office have 4 preemptory challenges remaining each. Trump's courtroom conduct got him once again briefly in hot water with a judge. Trump was admonished for his conduct when Merchan brought in one of the jurors individually to discuss her social media post raised by Trump's team, in which she videotaped celebrations in New York after Joe Biden won the 2020 election. So what is wrong with her videotaping the celebratory moment of Joe Biden as president? Oh, I know what it is. His lawyers want everybody to be pro-Trump. And if they don't agree with him, then they can't serve on the jury. Well, isn't that ironic? You know, as a criminal justice major, I find it ironic that whenever black people have trials, they usually last for 3 days. And they don't go through a selective 6-week process in order to get the right jury. And the majority of the juries are so-called jury of their peers. That is not true. I recently attended a trial for a very good friend of mine, and his son was facing some legal matters. And the jury makeup in that county consisted of all white people. So how in the world could he get a fair trial if that's supposed to be a jury of his peers? Now, Trump's lawyers do, in his defense, they have the right to argue in a ferocious fashion for a fair trial. They have a right to argue for fair jury selection. And they should not have people on the jury that already have a predetermined, made up mind against the former president. That's not good, and that's not right. And I keep admonishing people, especially in my private conversation, I'm telling them, y'all are celebrating too quickly and too soon. Who said that Donald Trump was going to be convicted on any of the alleged charges? And that's what people keep forgetting. All these charges are alleged. Just because someone is alleged to have committed a crime or crimes, that does not automatically make them guilty. And the Democrats, you all need to stop thinking that this election is over. I keep telling you all that Donald Trump, once again, could end up becoming president of the United States of America. You all better sit back and let the judicial process do whatever it has to do. Stop celebrating for something that you don't have, because it could backfire in your face. Now back to the article. The judge was questioning a young woman about her views. Quote, I very, very strongly believe that regardless of my thoughts about anyone or anything political, feelings, or convictions, that the job of a juror is to understand the fact of a trial and to be the judge of those facts, the juror said. After the juror left the courtroom, Merchant raised his voice and admonished Trump, saying he was audibly speaking and gesturing in the direction of the juror. I want to end this segment by saying this, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to me carefully. As a student studying criminal justice, as an individual who's preparing for a career in law, and not just any type of career, but becoming, well, I'll say that for a different video. Put it to you this way. Everybody in this nation deserves a fair trial, whether they're rich or poor, whether they're black or white, whether they're citizen or non-citizen. Everybody deserves a fair trial. And if I have the pleasure, by the grace of God and by his grace only, of representing people in a courtroom, you can believe I'll fight like hell to make sure my client doesn't go to prison. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender. Never.